For the past couple of months, there have been numerous protests outside 8th District Congressman Pete Stauber's Hermantown office, calling for the lawmaker to address concerns in Washington. Tonight, hundreds came together to protest him outside an event in another part of his district. Good evening, I'm Dan Wall.
And I'm Laura Lee. Thanks for joining us. Well, tonight, Congressman Pete Stauber was back in the Northland, meeting with Carlton County Republicans at their monthly meeting inside the Cloquet Library.
And Northern News Now was not allowed inside that meeting. Our Ryan Hayes was outside as hundreds of protesters held a silent march, sending a message to the congressman.
In front of the Cloquet Public Library, a public display as hundreds of protesters gather in silence.
The silence is to highlight the silence of our representative Pete Stauber, who doesn't seem to be able to find a word to say.
Eric Peterson is an organizer of the Cloquet Area Indivisible group and says Stauber needs to speak for all of his constituents, not just Republicans.
Stop being a coward. Buck up. Put on the big boy pants. Start doing something about it. We're your constituents, too.
I go to all these things, and Pete never shows up.
Protester Mike Link says he reaches out to the congressman frequently and has been frustrated by his lack of in-person town halls.
So we get a representative up here. He's the voice that we have in Washington, D.C. He's the man that should be speaking for us and speaking to us, but he doesn't.
From federal layoffs to ICE raids, Link says it's the congressman's responsibility to answer to all of his voters and address their concerns.
I'm 79. I've been through a lot of different elections, and I've known a lot of really good people, and it's a shame to think that somebody like this would follow Oberstar.
Peterson, too, wants an in-person town hall and would like him to make his position known in regards to the Maryland man who was sent to an El Salvadorian prison.
I want him to look us in the eye and say that when he looks at that prison in El Salvador, that's what makes him proud to be American.
Northern News Now attempted to enter the meeting but were denied by members of the Carlton County Republican Party. Stauber opted not to take questions after the meeting.
How you doing? Did you have a good Easter?
Good, yes.
Yeah, I had a great Easter.
From Cloquet, Ryan Hayes, Northern News Now.
Well, Cloquet Mayor Roger Mackey tells us he also reached out to and invited Representative Stauber to talk to voters during a town hall.
However, he was told by Stauber's team that Stauber would only agree to a virtual meeting because it would reach more people. The mayor is unsure when that virtual town hall will take place.
Turning